This is the firearm-related deaths page of the Firearm Violence Data Dashboard. This is really where the bulk of the statistics are within the dashboard for all firearm deaths, including both homicides and suicides. The data is sourced from the Vital Statistics Administration. You can break down the firearm violence data through incident classification, so you can look at all gun violence, or break it down by homicides, suicides, or unintentional or undetermined. You can look at all different jurisdictions for gun violence, or you can break it down by different jurisdictions, which are represented in counties or Baltimore City. And you can have an option to look at different time periods. The data represented on the dashboard goes back to January 2015, but you could select a different date to evaluate the statistics on the page. You can choose your end date is our most recent month, or you can limit it to a different year. Once you've selected the different breakdowns of how you want to look at the data, all of this is going to be represented below. It'll show you within that time period and within those classifications the total firearm deaths, the percentages of firearm deaths that were homicides and suicides, and the firearm deaths among youth. Below that, there is a map that is going to represent what that gun violence looks like across the state. You'll see different numbers on each county that can show you the numbers represented. If you would like to zoom in on the map, you can click on the plus sign to zoom in. And if you need to move around the map, you can go down to the play button or triangle and click on the arrows, and that will allow you to move the map around to the view that is best for you. You can also change it from county view to zip code view. And this is going to allow us to see not only what gun violence looks at the county level, but in different zip codes within each county. You can zoom in, or you can move around the map. You can even slice the data by, again, going back to the plus sign and choosing a way to limit what the map shows. As you continue to scroll down, you'll see demographic information. This is going to represent the same years that you selected above, but it's going to show you what, within those years, how gun violence is represented by age group, by race, and by sex. Below that, we'll see a chart representing historic trends. And this is not impacted by the breakdowns further up on the screen. This graph is going to represent years going back from 2015 through the most recent full year of data. And you can see all gun violence represented in the dotted gray line, firearm homicides represented in the red line, and firearm suicides represented in the yellow line. And as you scroll over each data point, you can see some additional information. And you can also click on each line and isolate a line within the graph. Additionally, you can look at not only the homicide versus suicide line graph, but you can look at the historic data for age groups, for sex, and for race. It might take a little bit of practice, but once you've mastered this, you'll not only be able to utilize the Firearm Fatalities page, but also the Firearm Injury page, which uses the same interface.